people like themselves. This comes out clearly in the recent white paper on population. The white paper is not concerned about the future welfare of ordinary Singaporeans. Instead, the white paper is all about the future of PAP. About how they can continue to be very rich and to stay in power. They will bring in 90,000 foreign workers every year to depress the wages of Singaporeans so that companies can make enormous profits and pay huge salaries and bonuses to CEOs and professionals. Ministers' salaries will also go up as they are benchmarked against the total pay of CEOs and professionals. So ministers will continue to draw million-dollar salaries even when the wages of ordinary Singaporeans go down. But when Singaporeans want to register their unhappiness, the PAP brings in new citizens to dilute our vote. $130,000 new citizens voted in the 2011 general election. Another 125,000 new citizens will be brought in to vote in 2016. That's about 12% of the total vote. I want to emphasize that we are not against the foreign workers in Singapore. You can't blame them for wanting to seek a better life and career. It is the government policy of continually importing foreign workers that we are against. We can understand why new citizens are grateful to the government. But gratitude is not servitude. It does not mean blind loyalty. You work hard to earn a living, but you will soon discover, like all citizens before you, that even then you have to struggle so hard just to feed your family and barely so. So do not vote PAP just out of gratitude. Because gratitude is about the past, not the future. Vote for the future, not the past. Be clear what the white paper is not about helping citizens, including new citizens. The white paper is a plot by the PAP to tighten its grip on Singaporeans with the help of new citizens. This is the real objective of the population white paper. Make no mistake about it. Have no illusions that PAP is looking after our interests. If they have the interests of Singaporeans at heart, they will do what other citizens do in tackling the issues of an aging population and low total fertility rate. I visited Hong Kong and mainland China recently. They face the same population issues as Singapore, but solve them differently by tackling the root cause directly. I had discussions with experts who are professors at the University of Hong Kong. They told me Hong Kong's priority is to fix basic infrastructure first, particularly in housing and transport. At the same time, they seek economic growth outside Hong Kong, mainly southern China, so that business firms can grow without adding strain to public facilities in Hong Kong. Here in Singapore, the PAP does the exact opposite. They bring in more people, 90,000 foreign workers every year, before they have improved the basic facilities. So there will be more overcrowding, not less. How can this be in the interest of Singaporeans? DPM Teo Chee Ken visited Hong Kong last week, 1 month after my visit to the city. He brought along officials from the National Population and Talent Division to learn population planning from the Population Commission of Hong Kong. One commissioner is supposed to told them, and I shared how we might be obsessed with big numbers for GDP growth, but we need to think of what people want and the need to get their support, unquote. I hope PAP listens to what Mr. Yip said about the need to think of what people want. But don't be too hopeful. The PAP government only thinks of what they want for themselves. Whether they perform in their job or not, they take their $1 million salaries first and leave you to pick up the crumbs. Have they listened to your cries of despair over falling wages and rising cost of living, and about the difficulties of bringing up a family? If they had listened earlier and acted upon your worries, Singapore today would not have the problem of low birth rates. Because the fundamental cause of low fertility is the people's lack of confidence in the future. This has been seen all over the world throughout history. Which young couple will not think twice about having a child when it costs $900,000 to raise a child from birth to childhood, school and university, including private tuition in their school years? Who would dare to have a child when they do not have enough savings for their own retirement? Singapore has the highest savings rate in the world, and yet 55% of Singaporean CPF members do not have enough balances in their CPF account to pay the required minimum sum. Which Singaporean couple will be in the right frame of mind to bring up a family when they work the longest hours in the world and are the world's most stressed and least emotional people? These are not just excuses for not having babies, but are real hard truths faced by ordinary Singaporeans. Will they disappear? Not under the PAP government, because these hard truths are the results of PAP's core policy. The only way to remove these hard truths that affect ordinary Singaporeans is to change the government. Are you ready for change? The PAP will scare you and tell you that the opposition has no experience and is not ready to form a government. The fact is that the opposition today is more ready than the PAP was in 1959. How many in the PAP then had any experience of working in government? Only one. The late Dr. Goh Keng Swee, who was Director of Social Welfare in the colonial government. Only one. Today, spread out in the opposition ranks, I can count at least 9 individuals who have had many years of experience working at senior levels in 6 government agencies, including finance, trade and industry, foreign affairs, national development URA, health, hospitals and defense. 6 government agencies, 9 individuals, against Dr. Goh Keng Swee, 1 in government. The PAP in 1959 had only 1 PhD, the late Dr. Toh Chin Chai, who was a lecturer in the university. But we in the opposition today have 7 PhDs, of whom 3 are associate professors, including 1 teaching in an overseas university. In addition, we have several doctors, lawyers, economists, ex-bankers, ex-fund managers, corporate executives and entrepreneurs. Together, there are at least 25 to 30 of us with a wide range of expertise to run an effective, competent and caring government. By the time of the next general election in 2015 or 2016, more will join us, like many of you here in the audience, who have the passion, courage, and desire to serve your fellow Singaporeans. Our team will be lean, definitely not as bloated as the PAP one, which has 18 ministers for 15 ministries, which means that 3 ministers are redundant. With titles like Minister without portfolio, Second Minister here, Second Minister there, but no real responsibility. In the army, we call them GD officers. GD for general duty, who are on call to do anything that no one is available to do or want to do, like attending funerals or F1 races. What does this tell us about the competence of the Prime Minister in this redundant minister's ability to head and run a ministry on his or her own? Are they just there as tokens? When the opposition forms the government, there will be no token ministers. Every minister will carry his or her own weight because they get in under their own steam and not under the coattails of some long-serving minister. They will bring with them the most important quality in a political leader, the passion to serve all Singaporeans regardless of race, religion, language or social class. Can we work together, coming from different parties, to form a coalition government? Yes, we can. Do not let PAP frighten you into believing that coalition governments are unstable and life will be chaotic. Nothing is further from the truth. Today, life goes on in 75 countries that are governed by coalition governments. 75 countries have coalition governments today. Finland has shown the way. Coalition governments have ruled Finland for nearly 100 years with their so-called rainbow coalition of 5 political parties, recently increased to 6. Finland, a nation of about 5.5 million people like Singapore, is a world leader in many fields. It has a high quality of life and is the 3rd most competitive nation in the world according to the latest Global Competitiveness Index. So when the PAP calls the opposition a rojak bunch, point them to the rainbow in Finland. In fact, not only is our rojak as multicolored and beautiful as a rainbow, it is also delicious. So go for it, Singaporeans. Have your favorite national dish. Your life will taste much better under a rojak coalition than under the defeated fruits of a self-serving leadership. There is a saying, fortune favors the bold. In 1959, Singaporeans took the bold step of voting for the change of government and ushered in a higher standard of living for many years, up to a point. That point of stagnation was reached about 5 years ago, and more Singaporeans are now experiencing a decline in their standard of living. it is time to put a stop to this decline. Will you do so? We are the Lion City, brave and strong. The Singapore Lion roared in 2011. Will you roar even louder in 2016? Will you be as brave and as strong as the 1959 generation to vote for change? Will you vote out the PAP in 2016? Yes, I heard your loud cheers. Thank you. There is hope for a better Singapore. Majulah Singapore! Stay behind, that's a message for you.
Thank you, Jee Say. Now, we all love Singapore. We are here to stay, right? We are not like Indian FPs, China FPs, Filipino FPs. After making money in Singapore for 10, 12 years, they sell the 3-room, 4-room and go back and live like a king in India, in China, in Philippines. But where can you go? You are here to stay. You have to love this country of ours, right? Do your best for us. We pick up for you. You in turn give us your support. Alright? We want to love our country. Please stay back. We shall now pledge our loyalty to Singapore. Please stand to attention. Raise your right hand and lower your heart and say the pledge.